Hi, my name is Jasmine Masri, and I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Central Florida. I am pursuing two degrees, one in political science, the other in legal studies. My research is on the topic of domestic migrant workers in Lebanon, and I am studying various factors influencing their position in the country. Domestic workers represent women from several different countries, including countries like Bangladesh, Ethiopia, and the Philippines. And these women who are deprived of work in their country are resorting to travel overseas to countries like Lebanon, where they can pursue domestic work, often where they're making a salary much more than they could ever make in their home country. Unfortunately, when they are living in Lebanon and sent there, they are going what's called under the kafala sponsorship system. And under this system, they are bound to a single employer, often working 2 years at a time under the same employer. And through that system, they are deprived of many rights and working long hours, doing everything from cooking, cleaning, to taking care of kids, to taking care of parents. And this is often compared to modern day slavery. Through my research, I wanted to understand their perspective more, look at how various factors unique to Lebanon, such as the anti-government protests, the economic collapse, the COVID situation, as well as the Beirut blast have affected their situation in the country. And I've also wanted to pay attention to how NGOs are playing a role in the mobilization of these women. Through my research, I have relied on a literature review, which has allowed me to get a background on the situation while also conducting my own research, including conducting interviews one-on-one through Zoom with domestic workers themselves, with NGOs, journalists, and the employers of domestic workers. So through these interviews, I was able to get a better sense of what the situation was like in the country in real time as these events were taking place, considering COVID and the Beirut blast all happened very recently. And what I would like to share through my findings really focuses on how the country and the sentiment of the anti-government protests weren't necessarily too progressive in nature, even though they were advocating for more rights for Lebanese people. The rights of domestic workers were being pushed to the side. Additionally, some of the findings I've noticed are that there is a trend for younger people to advocate on these women more, and the government is facing several obstacles in for passing legislation that can support domestic workers due to the resistance from recruitment agencies and their unions. So I would love to share my research with you more during my actual presentation. But overall, I really have developed a focus that centers on the position of workers and how the situation has made the conditions for these workers much worse and more dire and serious. And I hope that through this research, I can eventually spread awareness about the situation and advocate for women in the country and for progressive change within Lebanon to help support these women and remove the kafala sponsorship system completely. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to share more with you at the research fair.